Revenge films.
My mother-in-law was a really good cook. Every time I cooked for my husband, he said,
"Doesn't taste like Mom's."
He grew up eating her food, so it was understandable. I asked her to teach me her recipe.
No.
But it wasn't good enough for him. I was reading all kinds of recipes, so he kind of pissed me off. But I decided to let it go. But soon, I got a call from his mom. He must have told on me or something.
You're not very good at this, are you? You just have really bad taste.
She started saying all kinds of mean things to me.
He's my son. Learn to cook better for him. Are you trying to kill him?
She was starting to get out of hand. I was pretty stressed out by all of this. He knew about all of this, but he pretended not to notice. Actually, I think he was kind of enjoying this. And even though I tried, he kept saying,
"Tastes weird. Tastes like crap."
I was getting really stressed out. His mom was out of control too. I even started getting calls from other relatives from his side of the family. I was losing it. I knew I had to do something. I decided to ask his mom for help. I asked her to teach me in person. As I started cooking,
Looks fine to me. Why can't you do this at home?
she asked. She looked confused. From what her son told her, she thought I was a terrible cook. But when she tried my food, she really enjoyed it. She seemed really surprised.
So, what's bothering him then?
She seemed really confused. We went on to cook a few more recipes as practice. I took some of the food back home with me, and at dinner time I told my husband, "Your mom told me how to cook." I was about to say, "Your mom made that dish," but before I could say anything, he took a bite and said,
"Tastes like crap. I can't eat this, seriously. I mean, this? Did Mom really teach you?"
I wanted to say something back to him, but I didn't want to upset his mother, so I just kept quiet. I just kept going over to her house and brought back food that she made. I realized something peculiar. When I told him that a dish was made by his mom, he loved it. But when I told him that I made it, he hated it. The truth was, it was all made by his mother. But my husband judged each dish based on who made it. Unbelievable.
I've been eating your food a lot these days, but it's really good. I wonder if something is wrong with my son's tongue.
She seemed genuinely worried. At first I thought she was really mean, but once I got to know her, she was really nice. But after hearing about my husband, she started to get really worried about him. One day she called him and said,
I'll cook for you tonight. Come over for dinner.
Once he arrived, we started cooking. My husband thought I was cooking the food. But the truth was, his mom did all the flavoring. I don't think he noticed though. We started eating. His dad complimented the dish.
"Tasty."
My husband took a bite as well. He started complaining right off the bat.
Ugh, gross. "Don't eat this, Mom. Tastes like vomit."
His mom looked furious when she heard that, but now it was clear what was happening. But my husband didn't notice any of that. He started complaining about how bad my cooking is at home.
"You're teaching her all kinds of stuff, but she can't get a single thing right. All the food she brings back tastes like crap. She's a terrible cook. I wish she was more like you, Mom."
He just kept going on and on. But before his mother could yell at him, his dad stood up and banged on the table.
"Stop complaining. You should never say that kind of stuff about your wife's cooking. Plus, she's a great cook. What's wrong with you? And besides, Mom made all of this. You can't tell?"
My husband couldn't believe it. He looked shocked. He probably wanted to talk trash about my cooking in front of my parents, but all he did was upset his mother. Thanks to his father, his mother settled down.
It's all his fault. I'm sorry about all of this,
she said. But my husband kept going.
"But it tasted really weird."
Hearing this, his dad snapped once again.
"You think cooking is easy? You should be grateful that she cooks for you. Who the hell do you think you are? you're gonna complain, you cook from now on. Hey, you two, stop cooking for him.
He had it up to here with him. Looks like my husband learned his lesson. He came over to us and apologized. After that, he stopped complaining about my cooking, but there was more. The thing is, it wasn't just his mother. He told all his relatives about how terrible my cooking was. He even told his colleagues. According to him, I was the worst housewife in the world. I'm a neat freak, so I think I keep the house pretty clean, but oh well. The other day, my husband's company gave everyone a bonus. I heard about it from the other wives in our apartment. Everyone was talking about what they were going to buy or where they were going to go. But when I asked him about it, he said,
They cut my bonus.
so I had to cut into my own savings to pay off his car loan. It was a car he had bought before we got married. He loved talking bad about me in front of everyone, especially the women at work. We lived in an apartment owned by the company, so I hear about the rumors he spreads all the time. A few months later, my husband started acting strange. He was all nice and understanding all of a sudden. He also started working longer hours. He even worked on the weekends from time to time. Maybe he's having an affair. When your husband starts acting differently, that's usually it. I bet he got one of the girls he was after. That's why he was in such a good mood. One of my good friends gave me some valuable information too. She told me,
You should do something about it.
I decided to hire a detective. He had no idea that I was looking into him. I got more than enough evidence in a few days. Turns out the girl's dad was a board member of the company. That's how she got the job in the first place. After gathering the evidence, I went to talk to his parents. His dad looked furious. He was ready to call him up. His mother seemed really upset to learn the truth, but now it was all making sense to her.
He was lying to us all along. I'm so sorry, dear.
She apologized to me. She used to be mean to me, but now I know that she's a good person. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm going to make him pay for this, I said to them. I was worried about what they would say, but they just nodded and said, okay. Now that I had their blessings, I decided to strike back. I packed all his stuff while he was gone. I sent all the evidence to his company. I also sent them to his mistress and her parents. He called me 1,000,000 times, but I already had the evidence. There was no way out for him. He was finished. His parents disowned him. He got demoted at work. At first, he was pissed. But after a while, he started crying.
Please forgive me. I'm so sorry.
Too late. His mistress and her parents paid me $50,000 for damages, so I let them off the hook. My husband paid me $30,000. I got a new phone, so my husband was completely out of my life now. Not sure why he did all that, but I bet he didn't see this coming. Ha!
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.